money church. Monday money church. Feed your spirit, see how economics work. Learn the keys to wealth so we can break this curse. And raise your frequency and we can heal the hurt. Just read a verse at money church.
Hey, peace family, and welcome to another sermon of Money Church Mondays. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, I am this church's pastor, Reverend Dr. J.D. Morrison, who will be giving you the spirituality of economics and how to live rich in real life. And for all those who get in their feelings when they hear the words rich and get doubly mad when they hear rich, when we talk about being rich on Money Church Mondays, we are talking about having the utmost and highest currency, frequency, operating at the highest energy, the top vibrations. We're talking about spiritual alignment, and where spiritual alignment meets economic empowerment, legacy building, and entrepreneurship. I know as a 20 plus year veteran, entrepreneur, and legacy builder, that building legacy, that becoming rich in real life is daunting. It's fatiguing. It is almost a near impossible task. And in order for us to build legacy, to be the entrepreneurs we are destined to be the creators that we are destined to be, to operate at the highest frequency, as the universe has aligned us these talents and gifts, we are going to need some replenishing. We pour out daily, weekly. We give of ourselves. We serve our community. We serve our families. We serve our companies. We hire, we fire, we listen. We read emails and text messages, communications. We read financial reports. We work on marketing and branding and P&Ls, compliance and legal and treasury and every function of business, wills, estates, trust, insurances, credit. All these functions, right, are all engulfed in most of us. Some of us know a little more than others about these topics. Some of you got to kind of get equipped. You haven't given yourself the directions and information to be able to get to your desired destination. You are playing with your desired destination because you're not being serious and intentional about giving yourself the resources, the tools, and instructions to get there. But nevertheless, if you're watching this podcast, if you're watching this video, this YouTube, this at Mr. J. Morrison live on Instagram, 7 p.m. Eastern, what you're going to get is some real food for your financial soul. That's what this is about. It's about your legacy, your inheritance soul. And so on Money Church Monday, we are non-religious. We are non-denominational. We believe in God, Allah, Jah, Jehovah, Yah, the creator, the universe, Mother Nature, the highest energy, the highest power, however you see he, her, or it. We believe that there is a power and a source higher than us. If you believe you are the ultimate being, the ultimate source here, where there is a earth that rotates on axles, or that may be flat, but nevertheless it still parallels gravity. If you don't believe in the speed of sound, the speed of light, and all these things prove there are sources of energy greater than us. Gravity, sound, and light all prove that there's greater energy than us. And so I believe there's a creator that is the universal, right? Or the universe is the universal hub or common element to all things ultimate energy. So the more that we align with the universe's vibrations for our individual lives, because we are all a mechanism. I believe we are all attached to the universe, just like where we die and go back to, and where we come from is all part of, universal science and mechanisms and all that shit that we can't even explain, but it just does what it does, right? So that's our alignment. And you can package that in religion if you want and believe in that, that's fine. We'll pull from religion the value that we see in it, but most importantly, we remain committed to operating at the highest frequency, which we believe is treating others how we want to be treated and how they deserve to be treated, being fair to human beings, being fair-minded, being rational, working on our emotional intelligence, not being petty and broke. We believe in challenging ourselves to get out of our own way because we all got some petty and bullshit moments in our lives. And that's all part of the journey, is self-evaluation, realizing what things hold you back from operating at the highest energy and the highest frequency. Removing those people, places, and things that keep you from operating at the highest energy and being able to perform at your utmost best and to be able to align with the highest frequency and vibrations the universe may have you. If you get caught up over curse words, if curse words perter you from being able to get good information and instruction because some made up fucking words that don't even mean shit because they're just letters that make sounds that we deemed mean something, and that energy may make you feel off or excited or whatever. And that's the cool part about energy, is that words have so much power, is you can say some shit that don't even mean shit, but it can make somebody feel happy, it can make them laugh like Gene just laughed, it can make them sad, it can make them cry, it can make them feel infuriated. How dare he curse? And it can make you feel all in your feelings about somebody else and cursing on their energy and time that has you all thrown off because you have not yet learned how to tap into your highest frequency and highest energy. There's very few things that people can say that get me outside of my highest energy because I'm so tapped in and in tune with my energy, right? So that's a whole little side lesson. Tonight's topic, one of my favorite phrases. I coined it, I deemed it, you heard it here first. Being the CEO of your last name. Money Church Monday is all a tool and a vehicle for you to begin building legacy. Legacy is defined, King Neutron, I need a marker. Whoop, whoop. Legacy is defined as the amount of cash, money, or assets, wealth, one leaves behind for their heirs, right? So legacy is the amount of cash, money, assets, wealth you leave behind for your heirs. Wealth is defined as having an abundance of assets that supersedes your liabilities and your debt. Wealth is not just being rich or rich with paper currency. You could have a lot of fucking money, but also have a lot of fucking debt. Therefore, your wealth is washed. Wealth is about being financially responsible, maintaining, monitoring, minimizing, and mitigating your debt and liability, and then superseding and growing and overachieving in your asset column. And then your legacy is how you create those things and then leave them behind for your heirs. So on Money Church Monday, we like to use inspiration from biblical scriptures, from rap verses, from pop culture, from quotes and all type of things. And so there's just one scripture I want to focus on today. Again, we're non-religious. Get out your feelings. Get out your little petty. We're non-religious. We're just smart, rational, high-minded, emotionally intelligent people looking to grow, leveraging any resources or instructions we can to get to our desired destination. We don't let the topic or a category or a label of religion or Christianity or Islam or Jew or Hindu. We don't let those things get into our way because we understand they're all man-made up things to divide and conquer people and to have little subsets and groups. And all those things, again, get you caught into operating off low frequency and put borders and barriers around you operating and really building and being your best self and really communicating, collaborating with other humans outside of those subsets. So, without all that fancy shit I just said, one thing I got, this verse, I mean, I literally might get this verse tattooed on me. I don't even have many tattoos. But this verse is like so inspirational. King Neutron gave like the thickest marker in history. So you guys should see it nice and black on the screen. This is Proverbs 13:22. If I remember this verse correctly, it says, a good man. I want to look up the word good too. It says a good man leaves an inheritance. I hope I spelled that right. Leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Man, this is so cold. Man, this is so cold. That shit's so simple but so cold. The Bible, Proverbs is the book of wisdom. And that's one thing. If you're going to read the Bible, man, you need to tap you into some Proverbs. But that's so cold. A good man. They didn't say a good man is financially responsible. A good man works hard. A good man leaves something for his wife and his kids. This wisdom, this genius, this word says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. Apostrophe S. Children. If y'all ain't been in school, that apostrophe means possession. The children of his children. A good man put in that work to leave an inheritance. So let's break this down. If you guys want to know, one of my secrets to being so goddamn smart and so successful is that I love Googling words. It's like what I do. I love really getting at the root of things. So let's say good real quick. Good, to be desired or approved of. So a desired man, an approved of man, having the qualities required for a particular role. A quality man, that which is morally right and righteous. A morally right man, a righteous man, leaves an inheritance for his children's children. See, that's that rich talking energy. If that shit don't give you chills, give you the vibe, you tapped into the wrong source. A good man, a righteous man, a quality man, an approved man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Not a quality man got the latest Louis belt. A quality man got them latest J's or Air Max shoes. That a righteous man got that Rolls Royce Wraith. It said a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That's game. So let's look up inheritance real quick. Let's work this thing out. Inheritance, a thing that is inherited. Similar, legacy, bequest, endowment. Okay. Synonyms. Okay, bequest, estate, legacy, gift. So let's break down that. Let's look up bequest real quick. I like diving through these. A trust, a settlement, an endowment. Love it. I want to go to estate real quick. We in that real estate game. Estate. Area. Okay. So inheritance, they call AKA an estate. Right? Synonym for inheritance. An estate. Another synonym for inheritance or estate is an area, a farm, a parcel, a ranch, a residence, acreage, territory, lands, holdings, grounds, domain. So let's talk this talk real quick, Money Church. A good man, a righteous man, a quality man leaves an estate. He leaves an area. He leaves a parcel. He leaves a farm. He leaves a residence. He leaves a domain. He leaves a villa. He leaves a territory. He leaves holdings, lands, grounds, and dominion for his children's children. If we not on quest as a good man or a good woman, if we are not putting ourselves in position to leave estates villas, grounds, territories, areas, acreage, dominion, territory for not just us to bowl in this lifetime, and not just in one will or one probate court for our children to inherit. But if we're not setting this thing up for our children's children, if a good man does that, then my assumption is that a bad man does the opposite. That a bad woman does the opposite. So let's talk about that a little bit. We talked about what good was. Let's talk about what bad is. So, an inferior man or woman does not leave an inheritance for his children's children. It's opposite of good. It's bad. And the synonym for bad is inferior. An awful man or woman. Oh, third synonym. Third synonym for listen, the opposite of good, we all know, right, is bad. Third synonym for bad on thesaurus.com is cheap. A cheap man or woman does not leave an inheritance, estates, acres, or land, territories, a villa for his children's children. A lousy, a crummy, they ain't called you crummy, fam. A crummy man does not leave an inheritance for his children's children, an estate, acreage, territory, dominion, villas, a residence. They said garbage, bummer, gross, junky, faulty. These are the words, sad. These are the words of those reflected in those who are not being intentional or putting themselves in position to begin to leave an inheritance for their children's children. You don't have to leave $1 billion inheritance. That's not what it said. It didn't say $1 billion inheritance. It didn't say a multi-million-dollar inheritance. It didn't say the portfolio of a lifetime. It just said that you did the simple work as a good man or woman to prioritize simply leaving a residence, an estate, a villa, some territory, a farm, some land, some acres. Now, those acres, you might have went somewhere in West Virginia, South Virginia, Mississippi, somewhere in the Midwest and bought an acre for $5,000, $1,000. Shit, you might have invested $500 in a Tulsa fund and you own shares of apartment buildings, office complex, residential real estate, student housing, and left that as an inheritance to your children. That's dominion. But what are you leaving of economic impact, of land and value, the earth, of real estate? What are you doing to set your family up? As opposed to, especially this Black Friday week. And we're talking about, our topic today is you being the CEO, and I ain't break that down yet, of your last name. Morrison to be exact. We taught this all corner class tour. The CEO of an organization is the leader and visionary of the organization. So the key word here, leader, very important, visionary. In order to leave an inheritance for your children's children, you must have what? A vision for your children's children. I'm going to be really transparent with you all because that's how I do, and very vulnerable. I have two daughters. One's 20 years old, one's 11 years old. So I won't say which one, but one of my daughter's mothers, we have a little difference of opinion right now. And I've been explaining to her that The difference is how busy I am, and that I don't live in the same state as my daughter, and how much I can physically, personally be there, which is a sacrifice every moment I'm not with my daughter, both of them. Even my 20-year-old who's in college, who rather spend time with her friends than me, but that's another thing. But I was explaining to her, if we're both parents and we're co-parenting, no matter what your situation is, married, divorced, baby mama, baby daddy, drama, whatever, all that. If both of us are focused only on the day-to-day of our child, who the fuck is focused on our child's future and our child's children's future? See, if both folks in the household are focusing as COOs or chief operating officers, worrying about the day-to-day of the organization, there's not someone intentionally set up on the role of being the visionary for the family and for your heirs. You can't accidentally be a good man and hope that you accidentally leave your children's children an inheritance, estates, acres, territory, dominion, residences, villa, land. You don't accidentally do that shit. You do it on purpose. And so sometimes, and what happens so much, especially within the black community I can speak for, and with underserved communities, is that we're so focused on trying to give our children these things, these tangible things, all these sneakers, all these jeans, all these dolls, all these clothes, all these iPhones, all these iPads, all these iPhone cases, all these things that make us feel better about the job we're doing for our child right now today because of the instant gratification we receive from our child and their peers today to show we kept up with the Joneses when our last name wasn't fucking Jones. We're so into that instant gratification, and then no one's focusing on the future of not just that child and that generation, but I'm talking about being a good man or woman and thinking about my daughter's daughters or sons. I'm on that type time. I'm on that generation already. At 39, the work I put in right now is not simply for that of my two daughters, my direct heirs, and my future children with Ernestine Morrison. That's not the work that I'm putting in right now. They will receive a vestige of my inheritance, but their children, my daughters and my future son's children, is the one that I'm hustling for and fighting for right now today. I'm building up assets. I'm building up liability protection. I'm building up tax mitigation strategies. I'm building up credit. I'm building up business credit. I'm building up real estate portfolios. I'm building up business portfolios. I'm building up strategy to secure an inheritance for my children's children. Because I'm a good fucking man. Because I'm a righteous man. Because I'm a quality man. I'm not an awful man. I'm not a lousy man. I'm not a crummy fucking man. This is the kind of spirit we need to be in, and it takes discipline. And it takes sometimes going against the family grain. Your wife, significant other, your baby mother, your baby daddy, your grandma, your mom, dad, whomever, may be looking at you crazy for making that kind of decision because they haven't realized yet that if you don't do it for your family in this lifetime, who the fuck will? Because it hasn't been done yet. Let me bring you to something else real quick. We got to be willing to make the tough choices for our last name. That's leadership. That's being a CEO of your family and your last name. I want to bring you to something else real quick, family. Please comment, share right now while we're going through this. If you're getting value out, excuse me, that's my coffee and my shake. If you're getting value out of this, please comment and share. I want to read something else real quick. All right. I'm I'm going to read this whole verse from the Greek philosopher Jay-Z. Daddy, what's a will? Take those monies and spread them across families. My sisters, Hattie's and Lou, the nephews, cousins, and TT, Eric, the rest to be, for whatever she wants to do. She might start an institute. She might put poor kids through school. My stake in Rock Nation should go to you. He's talking inheritance talk. Leave a piece for yours. Listen to this. This is Jay-Z talking to his daughter Blue. After he said how he would split his assets across the family, take those monies and spread across the family. He said, my sisters, Mickey and them, Annie and them, Hattie and Lou, the nephews, cousins, and TT, Eric, the rest to be, Beyonce, for whatever she wants to do. He's talking inheritance talk. She might start an institute. She might put poor kids through school. My stake in Rock Nation, it should go to you. Leave a piece for your siblings to give to their children too. He talking good man talk, CEO of his last name talk. He's talking to his daughter, saying my piece of Rock Nation should go to your siblings, his children, his daughter and her siblings, and your children too. Title, the champagne, Douce. I like to see a nice piece fund, ideas from people who look like me. We're going to start a society within a society. That's major, just like the Negro League. There was a time America wouldn't let us ball. Those times are now back. Just now called Afrotech, generational wealth. That's the key. My parents ain't have shit, so that ship starts with me. Excuse me. Generational wealth. Yeah, that's the key. My parents ain't have shit, so that ship starts with me. Now, this is so important when we talk legacy talk, is that we have to realize that legacy is created by a good man or a good woman somewhere down your family tree. Your heirs and your heirs can benefit by the head start you potentially give them today. That's why we be doing these Money Church Mondays every week. That's why we so on it, because we actually see the real impacts of family wealth. I want to invite all you guys this Friday, Black Friday. We're going to be working. My family's going to be working. My wife and I are having a $1.2 trillion announcement on Black Friday of how we bridge the wealth gap in real life. I don't mean theoretically bridge it. I don't mean hashtag bridge it. I mean quantifiably bridge the wealth gap by 50% in 5 years. How we all can do it together if we buy in to being the leaders, the visionaries of our last name. So what we're talking about this Friday, this Black Friday, is how a good woman and a good man in a household can help in 5 years with intentionality decrease and bridge the wealth gap all of us together in 5 years can decrease and bridge the wealth gap by $1.2 trillion without nobody's help, on our own, by being intentional, by being focused. But 5 years means you need what? It's down the road. I ain't say the Black Friday sales 5 days from now. That's easy money. Oh, I'm about to buy a TV for the crib. I'm about to buy a new Xbox. I'm about to buy some new earbuds. Or a new iPhone dropping. You got low goals and short-term vision, fam. You worry about the wrong shit. You going out to buy a TV or an iPhone to put some insurance on it, you ain't got insurance on your life. Your children don't have insurance on their lives. You don't got critical illness insurance. You don't have a strong death benefit. You don't have a whole life or index policy that you can be able to tap into tax-free to leverage and go buy land, acreages, dominion, villas, residences. You don't know the first step about how to buy commercial real estate property. You ain't even figured out how to buy a primary residence yet. You don't know how to use a 203K loan. You don't understand the difference between hard money and soft money, conventional versus unconventional. You don't understand tax liens versus probates. You don't understand short sales versus foreclosures. You don't understand corporate veil versus franchises versus LLCs, S corps, and C corps. You're not putting yourself in position to be the best man or woman that you could be. But you know all the sales that's happening right now. You know all the rap verses, you know all the latest gossip, you know all the latest politics, you know everything else, but what's going to leave an inheritance for your children's children? What you put energy into is what you're going to get out. It's as simple as that. This is not rocket science. There's people that are way more... Listen, I've run significant size business enterprises with no laptop to my name. I've probably used this iPad. This is probably my fourth time using this iPad. Brand new, little fancy iPad. Probably my fourth time using it. Big desk Mac top, never use it. I work with my iPhone. I'm not that technologically sound or advanced, right? I don't put my energy into technology, which I probably should. So I take the fault for not having a technology, being able to maximize and utilize it to the fullest. So I just hire people that do. My point is, if I put more energy into technology, I know more and I'll be more proficient in technology. If you put more energy into, you rely energy to your health and wellness and live long and be a vegan and everything else, that's great. You can live long broke as fuck. But if you don't, at some point, put intentional energy on inheritance strategies, on inheritance directions, on inheritance game, if you don't intentionally do that, you can't be the best man or woman to your children's children. You're not equipped. So we have to be more intentional about equipping ourselves to get to the places we say we want to go. I'm sure most of you heard that Jay-Z verse and was like, ooh, yeah, legacy, ooh, yeah. But we know our Morning Church Monday blueprint, right? I've given everybody a secret sauce to get through life. You know how it starts, the 4 Ds. First D, desired destination. Where do you want to go in life? So if we want to go to be a good man or good woman and leave an inheritance, I think I spelled it wrong this time, that's okay. If inheritance is our desired destination, that's where we want to go. Estates for our heirs, great. Our children's children, great. We know where we want to go. So now how do we get there? We work backwards, reverse engineer. Boop. This was D1. D2, directions. We need to be equipped with the information in the GPS to get to our desired destination. What things do we need to know in order to build the inheritance of the estates, the dominion, the acres, the villas, the residence? What do we need to know? How to finance them, how to evaluate them, how to underwrite them, how to negotiate them, how to legally close them, how to protect them, how to manage them. All those things we need to know. Directions. Boom. Third D. We gotta be disciplined. You can have the directions, I can give you the game, but will you sacrifice what you need to sacrifice to actually tap into the game? Will you lock in to the game? Discipline, sacrifice. Fourth D. Oh, well. Determination. Will we take an I will not lose attitude, no excuses, just results attitude, to be fierceless and intentional and on purpose about making all the necessary choices we have to make to follow these directions to get to where we want to go? That's how you get through life. There has to be no excuses, no outcome, but the one that you desire. And commit to that. And if that means you got to smoke a little less of this, drink a little less of that, sleep with a little less of that, read a little more of this, Learn a little more of that. Tap into a little more of this. Study a little more of that. Sell. You got to go sell your sneaker collection to be able to afford to do what you got to do to get your instructions. Do what you got. Are you determined enough and disciplined enough to do what you got to do to get the directions and then follow the directions all the way through to where you're trying to go? Does it mean that much to you? That's what motivates me. I love my daughter so much. And I can only imagine what my beautiful grandchildren are going to look like. And the fact that I could be that granddaddy, that patriarch of my family, where they like, yo, my granddaddy, like, yo, I'm straight. My granddaddy put me up. That is balling to me. That's rich to me. And not just because of the currency and the estates or the inheritance, because of the highest frequency, because of the level of expectation. One of my coworkers here, a guy I hire, 55-year-old white man, Don. And Don says, Jay, man, he said, you're so bright. He said, you'd be at Harvard and no one would even flinch. They'd never think any different other than you were one of the top guys in the class. He said, the only difference between guys like me and you, he said, is that I suffer from high expectations. He said, where I grew up, my family was doing well. They always expected me to be a CFO or developer or some, that's just our expectation in our middle class life. He said, where you grew up, you said from low expectations. No one really expected me to be anything other than a working class guy at best. So when we start creating these kind of inheritance and legacies for our family, we're setting a different tone, a different barrier, a different expectation for what all your seeds and heirs and siblings and cousins of what everyone believes they can achieve. That's how you break the poverty curse and bridge the wealth gap. You start to show people that it's really possible for you to have an inheritance, to have that kind of wealth and do it out the mud. And then people start to become believers in your family. But then the expectations for your seeds is not that of a drug dealer. We can stop that talk. Not that of a weed smoker, not that of a gambler, not that of a thug. Like my family growing up, we glorified when my uncle went to jail and didn't snitch, when my dad went to jail and didn't snitch, when they did thug things in the street. When my grandpa, we that was our table talk. Our holiday season Thanksgiving talk was about the crimes that my mom, my uncle, my grandfather, and all of them committed, and all the stories of how thorough they were. That was the level of expectation, is you be thorough. Like you move around these streets smart, you get caught up, you don't say shit. You do that, you got family stripes. Low goals, low frequency, broke. So as a CEO and visionary for my last name and for my family, I got to set a different, as a leader, I got to set a different culture, different corporate values, if you will, different organizational values. And set a vision that's obtainable, but a future vision for us to aspire to achieve. That's my challenge to all you all. I'm not saying I got it all down pat. I'm just putting in my work and doing my damn best to make sure that we are fulfilling. So here's two things I want you guys to do. Here's my gift to you. First, gift time. It's the season of giving. And thanks for giving. Here's my gift. Gift. Legendary Black Friday.com. Here on our site, we have many of our educational programs up to 95% off. This is a Black Friday early sale. Tuitions are reduced by up to 95%. Go there. Go get your directions, your instructions. I got them. I got it. I get it. I teach it probably the best in the country. I translate it better than anyone. All that good shit. But I got you. Go tap in. Black Friday. Investment here. That's one. Two, our $1 trillion announcement. I want you guys a part of this. This is your commitment to you and your family and to our community. BridgeTheWealthGap.com. Register. It's free. Register for this announcement. This initiative, with you all's help, if we collectively collaborate, this initiative can literally prove in 5 years, less than a generation, less than a decade, we can prove And I want to say prove. We can prove to ourselves our ability to solve our problem in a significant $1.2 trillion way in bridging the racial wealth gap, family for family, by 50% in a very, very, almost effortless way. If we could just prioritize a little more inheritance and legacy over our liabilities. And we'll give us a concrete blueprint to do so. So guys, you want to learn the game? It starts now. You can enroll tonight through midnight, I think Black Friday or Cyber Monday. You get 95% off, legendaryblackfriday.com. Our announcement, you register for free, bridgethewealthgap.com, make an announcement from the Legacy Center here in Georgia, our building that we all own together, the Black House. We're making a live announcement, Ernestine and myself, $1.2 trillion Bridge the Wealth Gap initiative that we want you to be a part of. Tell somebody, it's some exciting shit. And when we talk that talk, it's actions coming behind it. When Jay and Ernestine Morrison talk some talk, there's literally actions and intentionality behind it. It's just not for the gram. It's just not for the blogs. There's gonna be boots on the ground, real work, real practical action steps to be done. So I wanna invite you guys to this, and I wanna invite you guys back next Monday to Money Church Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, live on my Instagram as we grow this platform. Can they see the flag, Neutron? Mm-hmm. The red, black, and green. Red for the blood, black for the people, green for the land. The Honorable Marcus Garvey gave us that flag as we have been on a quest for Pan-Africanism, recognizing ourselves as Africans in America. And this Africans in this entire diaspora. And so shout out to all those of my community, and shout out to all those outside of my community that support our advancement, our healing, and our repair. So shout out to you, because I believe that being pro-black does not make you anti-anyone. All it's about is self-repair, self-accountability, self-empowerment, and doing for self so that we can reach a level of, we have equal talent, but we have not been given equal opportunity. And so some of that opportunity we have to fight for on the political front, some on the social and economic front, and some we have to provide for ourselves. So thank you guys for tuning in to Money Church Monday, every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys next Monday, Money Church, hashtag Money Church Mondays with an S. And I'll see you guys next week, Cyber Monday, for Money Church Monday. LegendaryBlackFriday.com. Big announcement coming. $1.2 trillion, capital T announcement coming Black Friday. Right, this announcement will be Black Friday, 11/29. This will be this announcement live from the Legacy Center. And you actually can attend a class. You can join the class at the Legacy Center on 11/29. We're doing a private class on family legacy. You guys can join digitally, online, or you can join it in person at the Legacy Center. Go register for the announcement for the class. See you there. Peace.